On today's episode, I'm going to give 4 reasons why I think it's such a great time to be an investor right now, either a small or large investor. So let's get started. Alright, so let's just get started. Reason number 1, the ability to do it. It's just so easy right now to open up an account that if you can open up a credit card, if you can open a bank account, if you can pretty much sign up for any application, you are able to open up a stock account. And some of the brokers I have used before, and some of my favorite are Fidelity and Robinhood, and both of them I personally recommend just because I have used them before. But let me say one thing. Just because it is easy to open up an account, it does not mean at the same time it's easy to invest. The great thing is there is many ways to invest. There's passive investor, there's active investor, growth stock investor, valued investor. So there's many ways to invest. And I actually, if you're new to investing, I do have a video where it's learn to invest in about 30 minutes. And I am going to post that video in the comments below, so you guys can check it out. And I definitely explain a lot of everything you need to know to start off investing. And like I said, there's all types of investments. There's passive investors, or something where you probably don't even spend much time doing, where you just invest in the overall market. Then there's what I do. I do active investing. And what active investing is, I pretty much study each company, and that's what I pretty much do in this channel. I study different companies and I try to find the best investments for myself. And again, that one obviously takes a lot more time, but that's because I enjoy doing it. But just like I said, there's different types, and if you guys don't like reading companies or learning about companies, passive investment is such a great way to get your cash working. So this video, like I mentioned, I'm gonna post it in the comments, and I'm also gonna put it on a playlist with all my other intro videos, so if you guys want to check them out and learn more about investing. Also, if you are listening to the podcast, I'll post the link to this video in the podcast below, so you guys can search it and just listen to it. And before we go any further, guys, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, the thumbs up, and the bell. It helps the small channel out so much, and I truly appreciate all the support I'm getting. And if you guys want to get in contact with me, follow me on Twitter. I'm very active there. Also, just post on the comments here, or feel free to join my Discord channel. Again, all this information will be in the comments or in the description. And in my Discord channel, I have all my portfolios if you guys want to take a look at that as well. And don't worry, none of my stuff, I'm not charging for anything. And right now I know there's plenty of YouTube channels where they're charging you just to join their Discord channel, so they can show you their $10,000, $5,000, $2,000 portfolio. No, I'm not charging for anything. I literally just enjoy doing this video, so I hope you guys are enjoying them. So like I said, right, I really think right now is such a great time to be a small investor. And I've actually had a lot of friends, hey Jose, if I only had a little bit of money, do you still think I can invest in the market and still make money? And my answer to that is always yes. But obviously I can only keep saying yes. So instead, what I ended up doing, I ended up making a small account where I just invest $100 a week. I know to some people that might still be a lot more than what they consider small, and to some other people it might be considered a lot smaller than what they consider small. So it's all about perspective, but pretty much what I talk about this channel is how I would invest if I was a smaller investor. So that account right now is up. I started about 7 to 8 weeks, maybe 2 months ago on that account, and right now that account is up 13%. I mean, 13% is pretty amazing, especially like you're not making that kind of money in any type of banks, in any types of savings account. So that's why I want to show the power of investing. Again, I am not a professional, and none of the stuff I give here is an advice. And you might be like, who the hell is this guy I'm listening to right now? And just a quick information about myself. My name's Jose. I've been investing for about 6 to 7 years. And those 6 to 7 years, I have probably put over easily thousands, and easily 5,000 hours of studying the market. And if I could do it, I mean, I pretty much grew up in the lowest of low income, and I didn't get to know anything about the stock market until I graduated college. That was the first time I understood anything about the stock market. And to see my growth from there, I just want to give myself a pat on the back for everything I have learned. Like I said, every day I'm spending 4 to 5 hours reading something, learning about other investors, just improving my own investing strategy. And I have plenty of portfolios just to give a little bit of my I want to say resume, right? So like I said, I have that small account of about $1,900 right now. I have another account about 8.4, and I have another one about 12,000, and then I have another one about 22. So overall, I have about 40,000 in the stock market, and each of them I'm doing different investments to try to learn the best way to invest. So like always, guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, the thumbs up, and the bell. All right, so now I'm gonna talk about reason 2, and this reason again is mainly for small investors, but even for a decent sized investor, I think it's pretty good. No more fees. When I first started investing about 5, 6, 7 years ago, I forget the timeline already, you used to get charged about $5 every time you would enter a trade. And you might be like, Jose, $5 is pretty much nothing. But imagine, let's say I was only investing $50 a week, $100 a week. If I was investing $50 a week and I got charged $5 for that trade, I was already losing 10% of my investments. That is insane. So you had to make sure you build up a nice amount of capital first before investing. But when you build up capital, when you start building up capital, it eats up your time, right? The best thing to do is if you have free cash, always get that money to work, because it's going to start working right away. The more you wait, the less it works, the less money it makes for you. So now with no more fees, if you have $25, $50, $10, you can put it to work and you won't lose already on your initial investments. I mean, even if you invested $1,000, that was already 0.5% of your money lost just right from the get-go. So no more fees has helped out so much. And mostly right now, all brokers have no more fees. Like I said, the two I mainly use, Fidelity is my favorite right now, but Robinhood is another one that I strongly recommend. Reason number 3, fractional shares. And this is my favorite thing and the main reason I ended up moving to Fidelity. So you might be like, Jose, what the freak is fractional shares? So fractional shares, let me give you an example. Let's say you want to buy Amazon right now, but as a small investor, Amazon is worth about $2,400 right now. So you would have to build up $2,400 before you can buy one share of Amazon. And that's, especially if you're a small investor, you will probably have to save, let's say me, I'm doing the small account with $100 a week. I will have to wait 24 weeks before I can buy an actual share. And that is insane. And another thing, once I buy that share, that company will be worth so much more, will be such a heavy part of my portfolio. One of the things I do the most is make sure I diversify. I don't own one company that pretty much owns my whole portfolio, right? Because if that one company goes down, then my portfolio is gonna go down with it. So I like to make sure my companies don't hold a heavy weight of my portfolio. With fractional shares, it allows you to invest in companies like Amazon for whatever money you have. Let's say you have $50 you invest in every week. If you just want to put those $50 on Amazon, they give you a fraction of that share. And that's still okay, because even though it's a fraction of that share, if Amazon goes up 1%, your $50 is going to go up 1% as well. So it doesn't matter how much money you really put, how many shares you have, it's just how much money you have in that account. Because the same, if like I said, if it goes up 10%, your money goes up 10% as well. So fractional shares allows you to diversify pretty good, right? So let's say you had $1,000 right now, you would probably only be limited to a few stocks. But with fractional shares, this is how I actually did my small account. I started with $1,200. With $1,200, I bought 12 different companies. I bought like Microsoft, which was, I bought $100 from Microsoft, $100 of Berkshire, $100 of Google, and Google's worth over $1,200. So I was able to buy so many different companies with $1,200, and now I have a good portion. My portfolio is well-rounded. It's not only heavily based on one company, and that's why I think fractional shares is a game changer to all investors. And this is something pretty brand new. When I started, this was not a thing. So this is my favorite reason by far. Reason number 4, the variety of information. When I first, even Even when I started, there was still a lot of information, but I feel like now the information that you can find out there is amazing. The podcast, like I said, I have a podcast. There's different podcasts out there where they talk about the stock market. So there, you can do that on your way to work while you're working out. You can just listen about the stock market. YouTube videos, again, make sure to subscribe, guys. YouTube videos, YouTube channels like this help you understand the market. Google is a thing now. If you want to learn about the stock market, you can pretty much learn anything about it. If you want to invest, let's say in esports, how to invest in esports, and you can find a list of companies, how to invest in cloud companies, how to invest in dividend companies. You can find the answers in a matter of seconds. And all you definitely have to put in the work though, right? It's not as easy as just finding a company and just investing in it if you want to be an active investor. But the information is out there. The amount of books, I personally enjoy reading books the most because I get to read it in the mentality of the other investor. And I feel that's one of my greatest assets of learning is I understand. I believe there's one thing I know. I know that I'm never gonna always be right. I know I'm not always going to be right. I know that I could be wrong. That's what I meant to say. I know that I can be wrong. So I always try to learn from different perspectives to try to get as much information as I can. And these are definitely the 4 reasons why I believe right now is such a great time to be an investor. And like I said, if you guys want to check out my channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button. If you guys want to see my small account, how to invest, feel free to check that video out. And like I said, I will post the comments on the description below. I will probably also have them up here in the whatever the exclamation part that comes out. And if you're listening to the podcast, I'll have it on the description there. So take care, guys. Have a good day and see you next time.